Welcome. It's another day of Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. And for some of us, it's a special day. Here in the States, this is a holiday for many called Thanksgiving, a day that's supposed to be of gratitude. And there are many kind of mythologized views of what happened on the first Thanksgiving. You may be able to hear the rain. Sometimes I think of it as the sky crying because for some people, in this country, Thanksgiving is not a happy event. And I would really like today to, dedicate this practice to some folks. First of all, well, we'll talk about that later. But right now, where I live is on the historical lands of the Potawatomi, the Oneida, the Ojibwe, the Ottawa, and many others. And I'm adjacent to the lands of the Erie, the Cat people. And I remember that today because for many of us, and as we look at the Bhagavad Gita too, in the Bhagavad Gita, we've been talking about opposites and coming back to center. And what we ultimately need to do through the help of the Gita is stop thinking in opposites altogether. That's how we eliminate the opposites, not by trying to balance them out like, oh, I can't be happy because then I have to be sad, and then they cancel each other out. It's more of seeing beyond opposites, that life is full of both things that bring joy and pain, things we are grateful for and things we wish had never happened. But to see life as a zero-sum game is ultimately undermining the joy, the love, the happiness we can get from life. So, for example, as I think of today, sometimes we may feel threatened by others' success because we see others' success as something that's going to take away from our failure. If other people have money, that means we have less money. If other people have happiness, we have less happiness. If other people have land, we have less land. If other people have this, we have less that. And that's not necessarily true, but we're often taught to believe that. And this pattern of thinking, we can say is part of our collective karma. I know in the West, we hear karma and we have a very simplified view of an extremely complex concept. And we think of karma as something that just happens to us. But wherever we live, we are part of a collective karma. Whoever we interact with, we're part of their karma. Our families, we're part of their karma. What happens to them influences us. What we do influences them. And ultimately, according to the Gita, the whole cosmos is one family. What we do affects the cosmos, and what the cosmos does, no matter how distant it seems, affects us, including a being that for many of us, if we think of God, many of us, that seems like a being that's far away. So I'm thinking today of karmic families, especially around this time. This time was a very happy time for my family when I was young, getting together. And I also know now, having learned some of the history behind it, there's sadness also. And then that's where that zero sum comes in. I mentioned happiness, sadness. If I'm happy, somebody else has to be sad. My happiness here in this place where I live is at the expense of someone else's sadness. But can we move beyond that today? If we don't, we will reap the karmic rewards that those before us have given. If we live with wealth that was ill-gotten, for example, or land that was ill-gotten, karma, Krishna says, he's just balancing things out. So can we find a different way? Can we find a way to start living with everybody in our karmic families, close to us, and in our karmic families extended, that bring joy, not only to us but to others? Can our joy bring joy to others? It doesn't have to cancel each other out. Can we get our heads around that? So, for example, a real life experience I just had, of course, here's one of my fabulous t-shirts for giving blood. I know a lot of people have a fear of giving blood, and I do sometimes too, because I think I just gave blood. What if I get in a car accident on the way home, or then I have less blood? But giving blood can show us how our giving does not have to take anything away from us and can, in fact, enhance everybody. So, for example, I gave about an eighth of my blood. And the wonderful thing is, it doesn't compromise my health in the long run. It actually increases my health. There's been research that shows that donating blood lowers heart risk, heart disease risk, lowers cancer risk, reduces allergies, reduces inflammation, helps manage all kinds of things in your body, and it increases your connection to others. It increases your mental and emotional well-being because you feel more connected to those around you. So what seems like a loss for one person actually becomes a gain, not only for that person, but then for the community, the people that give blood, for the community that we feel more connected to. I'm already starting to replace the blood that I gave. And the more I give blood, the more I'll have to give. Can we find examples of that in our lives, especially today? Gratitude for Thanksgiving is one of those things that the more we give, the more it influences and the more we have. Love. What else today? What else today? Can we be thankful not just for what we receive, but what we have to give? So to all my karmic families, this is for you, and for the people I've named, the Potawatomi, Ojibwe, Ottawa, Oneida, Erie, and all those that are too numerous to name. This is for all of us. May my gift increase your happiness. It increases mine. Let us practice. In the rain today, the rain giving the gift of life to this land, this beautiful land. Stay here, Holly. All right, now we have our seated contemplation. I do encourage you to explore within yourself what you can give today. Anything that increases not only everybody else by your giving, but you too. 5 minutes. sky, crying tears of sorrow, joy, gratitude, everything. May your day be filled with everything you wish. May you have a strong connection to all your family, whoever, wherever they are. I feel like you're part of my family. Oh, and in a little bit, I'll be having a chanting program for gratitude if you're joining live. And there's still time to join that. See the link below, or if you can't see the link below, welcomingdestiny.com. And you can get all signed up. It's free. We'll be grateful for each other today. And hopefully tomorrow. See you soon.